everyone. We are
La
Chimulala. And we are here to talk about Baby Monbebe's very first MX concerts.
Oh my gosh. We waited forever for this. It kept getting rescheduled thanks to COVID.
It felt like this would never happen. It felt like this was a daydream. And what we are talking about, of course, is the Monsta X No Limit US tour that we were lucky enough to see at the Forum in LA. Their very last date, 6/11/2022.
Oh, yes.
A day that will live in my memory
forever. And now on YouTube, because we're going to share it all. Okay. So, we are going to be very detailed. So grab a tub of popcorn because we got some videos to show you too. So all the videos that we're going to show you today is actually courtesy of me and my steady hand. And so, well, except for the very last song. You guys will see. But I wanted to record this whole entire experience, and you guys, it's not easy without a tripod. My phone was like this, with like literally like this, and me holding the Monbebe like the whole time like this, and then trying to and jumping up and down, and
dancing and screaming and waving and doing the whole nine. You did everything I did, and I did not hold a camera.
So if you guys decide to use any of the videos here, just be sure to credit back to us. That would be great. But yeah, let's talk about like the whole beginning. Okay, so all right, this whole thing started again from our reaction video, right, to One Day, and Monbebe came out and said, you guys need to listen to more of their music. You gotta listen to their Korean music. They go much harder. And we're like, wait, what? And then
I was like, please.
Yeah, and from that point on, we got sucked in. And so we initially got nosebleeds because like I hit up Beth and I'm like, hey, you want to go see Monsta X concert?
Literally, we'd only seen One Day.
Yeah.
That was it. We were like, sure, why not?
Yeah, okay. And so we wound up buying nosebleeds like in the 200s, and we didn't think anything of it. As time progressed, we're like, oh my gosh, we're falling for these guys really hard. Like, no joke. It was like, I don't know, like a highway to our hearts,
Yes.
So
I had a hard time remembering life before I knew about Monsta X.
Yeah.
So that just tells you how much I like live and breathe them every day.
Yeah. And so then we decided, okay, well, we are full-blown Monbebes now. Let's upgrade our seats.
Best decision ever.
Right? And so the forum, how it's structured, I mean, how it's inclined, it's not bad. Even nosebleed seats.
Steeper instead of further back. So you're still relatively close.
Yeah, so even before watching the Monsta X concert, we watched Dua Lipa together, and we were in the 200s, and we were able to see her face, and so it was a pretty good view. But for us, we're like, this is Monsta X. Oh my gosh. And I'm like, Beth, this is my old band. I need to watch them closer. Like, we gotta watch them closer. And so so we decided to keep rechecking Ticketmaster, and lo and behold, literally 2 months before the show, we found they released seats for the 100s, and we pounced on it, and then sold our 200 tickets at face value. So and we got beautiful seats right here at the 100s, and
such good seats. Like, they were amazingly good. We were thrilled.
Yeah, we were really, really happy with them. And so we were sitting in section 109. And so we decided, okay, you know what? We are Monbebe, and we love the fandom so much. Like, no joke. Even if you go back to our old reaction videos, you will see us comment like, wow, this fandom is so nice, And of course we decided, let's get there early, and hand out freebies, by the way. So we got these
Ooh.
printed. This is like what, 2 of like 8 designs, you know,
Yes,
that
Tammy went crazy and I appreciated it.
it wound up being like 700 cards that we handed out. But we got those all printed out. We wanted to hand it out to Monbebes just because like we love the guys, we love the fandom.
We were just so excited. We
Yeah.
wanted to do something like, we just
Yeah.
couldn't help ourselves.
Yeah, we really couldn't. And then before the show, there was a cup sleeve event, you know. And so a cup sleeve event is basically where you get this like really cool cup sleeve, you wrap it around your boba drink. So I guess it's a thing in South Korea, and then it came over here.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm guessing, you know. So then we had a pre-show event before the actual concert, a cup sleeve event that was organized by this really sweet girl named Tan, and she made this beautiful, beautiful cup sleeve. And there's also like a freebie too that I don't have like on me right now. It's actually in my photo card booklet, but normally like she always gives all these freebies out, and the event was beautiful. We both got there.
Oh my gosh, there were so many pictures. You told me she said she wasn't going to put up very many pictures, but there were tons, guys. They were so gorgeous.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah, absolutely gorgeous pictures that she had like from top. So the event was like absolutely beautiful. So we had a great time there, and then concert day.
Wait. I think you've skipped an important piece of the cup sleeve.
Oh.
We had an amazing Lyft driver.
Oh, yes.
We had this great Lyft driver, Ivan. He picked us up because there's like no parking over there. So we were like, let's skip it. Let's just take this Lyft. And, you know, we're chit-chatting in the back, and, you know, it's rude not to include them. We include them. Next thing we know, he's like, oh, I like K-pop. I like Blackpink. I got really into them during the pandemic. And guys, he really is into them. He knew everyone's name. He knew who had done a solo project. He was mad that like the only girl who hadn't had something was Jenny. He wanted new music. It was hilarious. He knew.
Jisoo, not Jenny.
Jisoo, you're right. Yeah. Sorry. It was, see, he knew better than me.
Yeah.
He knew a lot. And he was hilarious and fun. And then he wanted to know about Monsta X. We worked real hard to convert him.
Yeah. Yeah. I even slid him a photo card. So I'm like, here you go. You need to know more about him. because he mentioned 17, and I'm like, well, if you're gonna listen to boy bands, you know, you can also listen to their BFFs, Monsta X. I'm just saying. You know.
So it was just kind of amazing. We were like, of all the Lyft drivers we could have gotten, it was somebody who was like, oh, I listen to K-pop. It was awesome.
It was amazing. Yeah. So thank you. I forgot about that.
Thanks, Ivan. You're the best.
You're the best, Ivan. Yeah. But
then the day of the concert, you had signed us up for some fan collabs, which was awesome.
Okay, so thank you so much, Beth, for joining on the fan collabs.
Of course. I was thrilled. I was like, what? Let's do it.
You guys, I must be like the worst friend ever because I didn't even ask for her permission. I'd be like, yeah, you know, like you guys got 2 people to help you. And then I would text like Beth, hey, by the way, we're doing these projects. We got to get there early. Which is really cool.
But part of what we really wanted to do was meet Monbebe because I really don't know very many at all where I live. I know one that I met at the Cupsleeve event.
Yeah.
So it was a really great way to like meet new Monbebe, see other people who are just as excited as you are, you know.
Yeah.
You and I have a lot of theories we wanted to discuss.
Yeah, exactly. And so one fan event was this. This is during Anne, so I'm not sure if you'll see it in the video or not, but I'm sorry, there's a reason why these are torn. Not because I'm a savage, but let me show you this banner really quickly. So it's all the guys with their signatures, and in the back it says, I will always remember, which is like an answer back to Changkyun's like song and, you know. So
And who was the person who set up this one?
so Izzy was the one that set this whole thing up. Thank you so much, Izzy. And thank you so much, Tan.
Yes.
Tan was the organizer for her Cupsleeve event that we talked about, but she was very much involved with both of these projects. So this banner project, which Izzy, she dropped off like more than like 1,000. Like I don't know how much was in that box. It was a lot because
I think it was like 1,000. She said.
Yeah, it was a lot, but I think we passed out more than 1,000 or
It
something.
felt like it.
know.
But yeah, these were being passed out ahead of the concert to anyone who wanted to, hold them up during
Yeah.
which was awesome.
Yeah, and then
And people loved them. We ran out way quicker than we thought we would.
oh my gosh, yes, yeah, we ran out within what, an hour
Yes.
of being there. So
Yeah, and we had like more than 1,000. Crazy.
yeah. And so the other fan project that we were involved in was the Love in LA project. This actually originated in Georgia. And so
At the Atlanta show, right?
yeah, at the Atlanta show. And so I forget her stuff. Stephanie was the one that was there. I believe that someone can correct me if I'm wrong. I apologize if I got their name wrong, but I believe she was the one that helped coordinate in the Georgia event and asked for permission. And so it became a collaboration between Georgia and Los Angeles,
So cool.
to do this heart project. And so we did this. So this is actually a special heart that was cut out by Tan. Again, Tan, your fave.
Amazing.
But most of the hearts were like just a cutout of the heart, just cut out. And so it was really interesting. We were very much were involved in that too. Like not in the cutting process because you and I just unfortunately didn't have enough time, but a lot, like about 40 people came together and cut out a bunch of hearts. I know Tan cut out 600 hearts and we took half of it to give out,
Yeah.
So
we were more on the distribution end.
Yeah, so our role was to go out and distribute in our section in 109. And it turned out that mostly like whoever that was handing out hearts out there did a very good job, and our section wound up being pretty much like they all had hearts already. And so this project, you were supposed to hold this up during Love You Forever, or Love
Which is the very last song of the encore.
Exactly. And so for us though, since our section was all filled up, we wound up tag teaming and going outside and handing out all the hearts there. And that was really fast. That was like that
was so fast because people saw us handing them out, and everyone who wanted one or wanted to know what they were came running over, and everybody wanted to help. Everyone wanted to put a smile on their faces, obviously.
Yeah. And so it was just so magical seeing how people were like, yeah, I'll accept that banner. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Can I have like 5 hearts?
Yeah. My friends are in the bathroom. You're like, yes, here, take them.
Take them all. Yeah. So we wound up handing out like 300 hearts that night. So
because of all this, I felt like we talked to a lot of people. We got to meet a lot of people, and we saw some of those people later at other events.
Yeah,
so that was really cool.
Yeah, it's funny, like Izzy, the one who coordinated the whole like banner event, we kept bumping into her, the pre-show event, the
K-pop store.
Event. Yeah, the K-pop store. We went to a K-pop store too. We went to another Cupsleeve event, which was like a post show, because we all know that we were going to have like post concert depression. So they had like a Cupsleeve event hosted by K-pop Cups.
And I think that was better for people like Monbebe who came from out of town. It's a little harder to go to the one before, but if most people come in the day of the show, but it's easy to go to the one after. So
yeah, and there were
again beautifully done vendors, awesome.
Yep. And there were 2 events too. That was hosted by K-pop Cups, and then another one that is like um at Cup of Baby, and they hosted like another event too. And so there were two Monsta X Cupsleeve events, which I'm telling you guys right now that it is very rare in Los Angeles. You would not find a
Sure to
Monsta
have
X.
one.
Yeah, yeah. So we were blessed with Cupsleeve events. Let me tell you.
We were like, we'll just go to any of them, all of them.
And we wound up going to all of them just to support them,
Yeah.
So it was great.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much like our whole, weekend in a nutshell.
Mm-hmm.
But I know
and it was such a great experience.
Yeah.
I feel like I felt like I knew everyone after like 2 seconds. Literally 4 different people when we met them, the first words out of their mouth were like, "What's your bias?" And then instantly they were digging in their bag to give us like photo cards and keychains. And remember the girl who gave us those cute little stuff, like the bears of the guys?
Oh,
what's
my
your bias? And she
gosh.
gave us cute little stuffed bears.
Oh, hold on.
Mine's in my purse, which is in the other room. Yes. And I have the Changkyun one.
Yeah.
And it was so sweet. Like everybody was just, I said this before when we went to a different K-pop concert. It's just like, it's Christmas. Like everyone brings gifts, but nobody knows anyone. It's like, it's just so sweet. I feel like everyone just loves them so much. We just want to pass it on and pass it around.
Yeah.
And we saw a lot of like special made signs. There was a great one that just said, "We are in beast mode."
Yeah. Yes.
There was a beautiful like electric calligraphy sign that just said Monbebe, which was amazing. And it was honey yellow. So it was very cute.
Yeah.
We were thrilled. The audience was so fun. There were so many light sticks, which let me tell you, they were not selling light sticks there. So these are all people who had light sticks. I mean, the energy was just so amazing, right, Tammy? Which you will get to see when you see these clips.
I know, seriously. Yeah. And let's start with the first one, just to like show everyone, like this is like right before the concert, like right before the guys came out, and we were waiting.
Just dimmed the lights finally.
Yeah. And look at all of us freaking out. This is hilarious.
Wait, so the moment the lights went down, everybody was like having a conniption, as you will hear right now. Look, everyone's standing up.
Yeah.
False alarm.
Oh my God, no.
Like everyone's turning their light sticks on right now. Look at that.
All the lights are coming on. All the lights are coming on.
Yeah.
And that's us.
We were so proud.
Okay.
Yay.
And then to hype us up, they played Fantasy and Shootout.
Right. Which is perfect. So the lights dimmed, they didn't come out, but Fantasy has started. And it was like, what?
I know.
Look at all these lights. Everyone's jumping around. I mean, everybody was so happy.
Yeah.
Hey, look at this. We're like, oh, Fantasy is over. They're definitely coming out.
Yeah.
And then they played this and everybody lost their crap.
It's true.
I mean, sold out, so fun.
Yeah. All right.
So good.
Okay. Now
so you can feel the vibe, guys. You can feel how hyped everyone was.
I know. Yeah, we were all so hyped up. And then they came onto stage and oh my gosh. What? Okay, I have to say I didn't record all the vignettes because your girl needs a break, but
but there were also some cute, like, and it's cool. Their vignettes were more like, it reminded me a little bit of One Day. There was some like questions and answers and that kind of stuff, but there was still just like hot photo shoot. And if you were lucky enough to get the free photo cards, if you had a Lexus key, the pictures and photo things they were doing in the vignettes, those were the photos you got in those cards. So it was the only place to get them, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But so that was a cool tie-in too. It was like an extra little Easter egg.
Yeah. So so then they began the whole concert with the vignette of them in leather, of course, their trademark.
We were like, oh good, it's Monsta X.
Yes. It wouldn't be Monsta X if they weren't in leather.
I think we'd also had maybe like a bet going on how many crop tops there would be. You know, this is their crop top era.
Yeah.
Facts.
I mean,
facts. And you know, even though we knew what the set list was, I was still prepared to be blown away, and they did it right from the start.
Yeah. Let's
All right, let's see this intro. Boop, boop. I'm pretty sure that was me.
I was like, gotta zoom in.
I mean, the crowd.
Oh, it was so electric. I loved it.
This felt so epic.
Yeah.
Guys, I'll probably squeal a lot during this.
And look at the lighting. Oh my gosh.
It's so cool. The stages were really well done. Ugh, the anticipation.
It's like you're there all over again.
It's so good. I love it. They're like in a Michael Bay movie. It's just an apocalypse.
Right?
Explosions and weather. They used a lot of smoke during this whole show, and it really worked for them.
Yeah.
It didn't overpower them. Oh, so cool. Like it's like Doors of Fire. Like,
I know, right?
What? Those stands with the lighting around them too. Also, the Dreaming movie kind of reference.
Yeah.
The crowd is so hyped.
What a great way to start the song with a title track.
Right? Save those deep cuts. These outfits were very nice.
Yes, I love them.
By the way, LA loves the rap line.
Yes, they do. Please.
I love how Minhyuk takes so much center in this. Or this song is so dirty. I do not know how they got to release this. Their dancers were amazing.
Oh gosh, we love their dancers. Ah! It's your boy.
These amazing projections. A lot of the time it did feel like a video game that we were like going forward.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I giggle every time, guys. The dancing is so sharp.
Ah! So good.
I mean, right off the bat, confetti. Yay! Oh my gosh, they're so sexy. They are so sexy. Like, I'm glad I wasn't around for conservative Hyungwon. Man.
No conservative bros for you?
No, I don't see any here. Do you?
No.
I think they've outgrown that.
Yes, they have.
And their shirts.
Yes.
I love how the crowd, every time they like scream, I mean, the guys switch every like 16 bars, and every time we're all like, yay! Yay! Oh, yay! Like, we love them all. Everyone gets like a huge, like, there's screaming and giggles, and like, ugh. It's just like a love fest.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like my iPhone does a very good job of like drowning out like a lot of noise, but it was way loud.
Yeah, you can hear the sound of the show very well, considering.
Yeah. So
it was deafening in the stands.
Yeah, it really was, you know. So, but yeah, like I said, like what a way to open the show with Jooheon's like very first title track, you know, produced title track, you know. So I'm glad that they did that. That was a good call.
Yeah, it was. Not only is it a fun song that everyone loves, but it's so, I feel like it's their own like mini hype song. Like so many of their songs are. This is one where it's like, you know, they're cocky and we eat it up with a spoon. So I mean, you have to feel like a rock star after doing that song. I'm sure I would if I could ever find it at karaoke.
Yes. So then we transition over to Dramarama, which is the song that gave their first music show win. So, I mean, instant classic, right?
Yes.
You got to sing the song that gave you your first win at a music show. So
good. Yeah. All right. Dramarama, here we go.
Love it. And I love, like you mentioned, like the projection. Look at that. So cool.
Yes. That
Back to the Future. Yes. Sometimes I feel like those dancers come out of nowhere. I'm like,
yes,
what? They're so fast.
And they managed to be so anonymous. Like, you still just focus on the dudes.
Yeah.
Jooheon was so stoked to be there. He was hyping the crowd so hard.
Yeah.
I felt like Hyungwon got so much in this song. Yeah, where did those dancers come from? Goes wild.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow. And okay, even though at the beginning of this you said, of course you have to sing this song, I honestly am still thrilled that we got to hear it, because we did come late to the Monbebe train.
Yeah.
So there are certain songs I'm kind of expecting I won't get to hear live ever.
Yeah.
So to get to hear some of the classics baked in here was so much fun.
Yeah. I mean, the tour was called No Limit, so you would think that it'd be, more focused on the No Limit songs.
Well, we were trying to figure it out, right? Like, how many albums have they put out since the pandemic?
Yeah.
This is like almost a 5-album tour.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of, so the fact that they even still made time for Dramarama, I was like, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, like there are certain songs that, like, B-sides that I'm like, oh man, I wish that they sang Rodeo or whatnot, so yeah, but that's okay. I was like really happy about them singing about this song too.
Yes,
so.
It was nice to get all the classics. Then later we'll be like, how many B-sides can we see?
I know, right?
And then, like I said during the video, I really feel like I love how for every song, the Shonu parts, they've kind of mixed it up. Like, I feel like Minhyuk gets a lot of the gambler stuff, but Hyungwon gets a lot of Dramarama. I like that they don't, like, one person doesn't have to like suddenly learn double.
Yeah.
They, manage to even it out, and then everyone has like one song where they're a little more prominent, which is cool.
Yeah.
It's the best they can do without our Shonu bear.
Yeah, I know, right?
Next time, boo, we'll get you.
I know.
And then their next one was Rush Hour, one of our very, very favorites, because No Limit's very special to our hearts.
Yes, and I remember you leaned over and you're like, gosh, they're going really hard. Like, yeah, so.
Gambler, Dramarama, Rush Hour. Like, they didn't give us a moment to breathe. It was nonstop.
Yeah, this was nonstop. All 3 songs. One after another.
All right, should we dive in? Let's do this one.
Yep.
All right, Rush Hour. Every time they talk to us. See, again, this is like a creepy video game. So many body rolls.
That's both of us.
You can hear a lot of my screaming on here.
Yeah, same here.
Hyungwon was even cooler in person, guys. I know that doesn't sound possible. It's that 1-2 punch. I love this dance.
So good.
We're going crazy because we're screaming so much. I probably grabbed your arm. That was your boo. Woo. This song is so sexy.
So good.
Look at that. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I have such a thing for that song already, but seeing it live, I feel like made it worse.
I mean, just the choreography, like, alone. Oh my gosh. And jumping all over the place. Oh my gosh. It's
and yet
amazing.
They go so hard during it. I mean, Jooheon's like so expressive. He's like got all this like strength in his voice, and he's dancing hard. He has no issues breathing. Like it's amazing. Like I just think they're all working so hard, but it seems so effortless. Like that is tough. That is tough to do. And I love this dance. I love Hyungwon doing this dance. I could watch that forever. And I am already doing his like catty serpentine moves, which are so sexy. It only gets worse for that, guys.
Yeah.
Be prepared.
Yes. Yeah. So then, okay, I would have to say that their intros, okay, first off, I thought I would never hear Monsta X. You know, like I never thought in person ever. And just to hear that like in person and live, it's like so surreal, you know?
Yeah.
And then their intros after that, I was like, excuse me?
Guys, you know how they like to flirt? Oh, it's bad. They haven't been able to do it for 2 years. So it's bad.
It's like built up energy or something.
It's so bad they're embarrassed afterwards. But they do it anyway. We all lean in and appreciate it.
Oh gosh, 100%. Roll it, girl.
I'm rolling it. Here it goes. Oh my gosh. Those heavy coats, they must be dying.
Yeah.
2022 Monsta X US Tour No Limit in Los Angeles!
Love it.
It's a vibe.
Alright. Let's do our team intro.
둘, 셋. 호! 몬스타 X! 안녕하세요. 몬스타 X입니다.
So
I've been being guys for 3 years. Did you miss us? Did you guys miss us? There's no chances during pandemic, but finally we are here.
Aww.
So, yeah. Let's
listen to that. LA loves that boy.
So, Jooheon.
Oh my god. Shameless.
So extra. Oh yeah, so good.
So, you guys are cute hot guys.
He does his lip biting too. What?
Like he's laughing at himself.
Okay, that's a bit Mina, let's go!
The worst one right here.
The best one.
Yes. That's what I meant. You know that.
Who's your lover? Who's your lover? What's my name?
Look how embarrassed he is, guys. He's like, oh god.
He's just as bad.
Worse.
Or great.
Who is your muscle kid? Who is your boy?
So funny.
What's my name? Nice to meet you. I'm
All the other guys are cringing. They're like, oh.
Well, look, you, honey. He's like, wow.
Oh my god. Hey. How you doing?
So cute.
How you doing?
He's so adorable.
Yes, it's your boy. It's your boy. Can I be your honey tonight? It's your boy.
Ridiculous. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
He's so proud.
He wasn't embarrassed, that's for sure.
He was not embarrassed at all. So yeah, based on those introductions, we were like, oh, it's going to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. We were already strapped in for an amazing ride, but yeah, it was fans out the whole time after that. And you didn't have an extra hand.
I didn't. I needed a third hand. Really.
Yeah. It was just like, I love how they're like already kind of bickering with each other. They're one-upping each other.
Yeah.
Like they are so competitive. They can't let anything go.
I feel like what we've seen like through their variety shows, like how they're exactly the same in person. And you know that that means like all the stuff that you see on camera, it's not fake.
It's real.
It's all real, you know, like it's completely real. Like
they weren't like put in these personality boxes. That's who they are.
That's truly who they are. And it was so great to see it. Like,
oh my
you
gosh.
know, the bickering, the one-upping, all
I
that jazz.
never thought I would hear Youngwon say, who's your hot boy?
Or who is your muscle king? Like, excuse me? What?
Was so funny. And I feel like he was like, he did it and then he was like, I'm so dumb. Like you could see him like judging himself in his head. Like it was so funny.
Yeah.
But he was like, whatever makes them happy, I'll do it.
Mhm.
And it did make us happy. Yeah,
Yes.
in case you didn't hear that.
100%.
Every single one did. It was just like, ah! And it must be nice to hear your name yelled by literally thousands of fans right when you think that maybe everyone's forgotten who you are.
17,000.
17.
Over 17,000. Yes.
Right? And everyone's screaming your name. It's not even your country.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty awesome. I just felt
Amazing.
like I felt like they were a little overwhelmed with how enthusiastic we were, and that felt kind of good.
Yeah. Yeah. 100% agree. Yeah, so then the next song is one of your favorites from the No Limit album.
Just Love. This was my original super favorite on that album, and sometimes it still is. I feel like this and I Got Love are like,
oh, I Got Love is so good. Like the whole entire album is no skip.
Amazing.
Album.
So good.
Yeah.
And you know, I really like the rap line in this one, so let's do this.
Pull up your skirt. I just want love.
I mean, even when they're not singing their filthiest songs, they're singing filthy songs.
Yes.
But that's why we love them.
Yes.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
All right. Again, these like gorgeous like projections. Oh, they come out. This is where our seats were really good, guys, because we were like, ugh. And this was so cute how they were interacting with the fans.
Yeah, it was so great.
So many see-through tops.
Let's go. Hey,
Come on. What's happening?
Right?
He was ridiculous. So sexy. I can't focus.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I love how Changkyun always makes it seem like he's just there. Young one.
So smooth.
So smooth. Oh my gosh. I just love that song so much. I feel like partially because there's so much Hyungwon. I just love it. It's one of the first songs where I heard him singing a lot, and I was like, ugh.
I know.
And as you guys can see, their stylist has been very good to us. There is a lot of mesh see-through stuff going on here. It was even better in person with the lights hitting it. It's kind of hard to see here because, you know, it's an illusion. But we were like freaking out over their outfits. It was everything we wanted and more. We're always talking about in all their videos how their styling's so good and how it seems like their stylist really understands who they are. And this was no exception.
Yeah, 100%. My goodness. Wow.
So good. But yeah, I love how they took some time out to really just like focus on some individuals. And they were right there. We were just like, we all felt like they were looking at us all the time. It was so great.
And you know, and in the video you actually see like Kyungwon like pointing at like a sign to like Changkyun, you know, or whatnot, you know. So it's like really cute, you know, like this is where like they started like seeing all the different signs because they're up close to all of the Monbebe, you know. So it was really cute.
And you can't do it while you're dancing away on the backstage. So yeah, this felt like they came out and they connected with us. It was so fun.
It was so cute.
So cute. And then it went straight into another banger. Then it was just like more.
Yep.
So good.
Burning up.
I love this one.
This song is so good.
And everybody was so excited. Look at I love that that's his move.
Right.
So good. Young one.
As I zoom in.
I feel like Jooheon gave us the best reactions.
Yes, he did.
Let's go!
Oh, the energy, I loved it.
Oh, so good. Look at young one.
Let's go, come on!
So extra.
So cute.
Right. Just flirting.
Oh, I love this.
He's so happy. So good, so good. Oh my gosh.
What I liked about this part was that all of them were hitting all the corners. you
Mhm.
know, to make sure that they see like everyone. I mean, like it's
Yeah.
really cool because like one Kihan would be on the bottom right. And then like then the three guys, and then they'll be Chinky in the back. It's just it's like they hit like the whole entire square just to make sure that they covered everybody.
Yeah. And you even see Jooheon, he's like pointing up at the floors above, like I
Yeah.
felt like made a real effort. He kept trying to like see everyone. He wanted to look in every single person's eyes,
Yeah.
if possible.
Yeah.
Like I really felt like he was just wanted to like memorize everyone's face. Like you were here. It was so cool.
Yeah, it was so cool.
Mhm.
I really love that song came out from, or it's part of the Shape of Love album, and I'm just so happy that they sang that song because that's one of my favorite songs on the album. So
Yeah.
I
I really love that song. I have to admit it's grown on me. At first I was like, it's okay. But like now I like really, really love it. I feel like it's an earworm that takes time sometimes to like burrow in.
So now seeing it live, did it make you like want to hear it more?
Yes, I
Yeah.
think it did. We've talked about this, how sometimes when you see something live, you're like, whoa, it'll change your whole opinion of it. And I was liking it more before this, but yeah, when I saw it, I was like freaking out in the energy of the crowd. And I was like, yes, this is what, and maybe that's what it is. That's not a song to listen to alone. That is a song to listen to in a club where everyone's jamming and dancing around and like
jumping.
It was finally the right mood for it.
Yeah.
And it was perfect, honestly. It was so good. And I know it might seem a little weird because they're not dancing during it, but that's kind of what made it, like you said, so special, because they were really just seeing what do you think? This is our new song. What do you think? Like, it felt very personal and like, just super sweet. I really loved how much time they took to really see people.
100%.
Oh, it's so cute. Yeah. And then next it says MX Talk. So what is this? Is this just them hyping us up?
Yeah, so I think this part is when they start talking about the songs, So yeah, let's listen to it.
Yeah. Okay, let's do this.
Who's that Monbebe? Come on.
Oh my gosh.
굉장히 부끄러운 소개였네요.
That was a really shy introduction.
Burning Up은 이번 앨범에 이제 포함되어 있던 곡이었고요.
So Burning Up is a B-side in our recent EP.
여러분에 대한 사랑을 Burning Up이라고 표현을 해본 노래인데
I want to describe my love for all our Monbebes as burning up.
어떻게 오늘 콘서트 끝까지 다 같이 Burning Up 할 수 있겠어요?
Are you guys confident you guys can burn up till the end of the show tonight?
Monbebe들은 준비가 돼 있는 것 같으니까.
It sounds like Monbebes are ready.
Oh yes.
다음 곡은 우리 민혁 씨가 설명을 한번 해주시죠.
So Minhyuk, can you introduce the next song?
Okay. So, guys,
Minhyuk is so cute.
days in a week, right? No? 8 days in a week, yes. Yeah, exactly 8 days in a week. Why are you upset like that? No.
It's already starting.
Okay. Yeah. Because, so, start Monday, right? Monday. Okay, let's together. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
I totally picked the wrong song, guys. I thought it was going to be Bebe. It was not. Just FYI. It was one day. How could he fool me like that?
I mean, it makes sense. I will always treasure this song because this is a song where we discovered them.
Yeah.
Come on, say what?
Youngwon always has the drunk lines. I've noticed this. That song really gets me. Like you said, it's like for us it was kind of a gateway, and then also it was my first like realization that Monsta X songs can be sad but still have hope in them. A lot of them are about being brokenhearted, but they're still getting up, they're still moving on. So I just I need to hear that most days. Sometimes you need the reminder you can keep going, and this song is just so beautiful. And
it is so beautiful live, and the pronunciation is still so stellar, the best in the game, like seriously.
I'm just saying, Youngwon talks about being drunk here. He talks about being drunk in secret. There's another one too where he says he's too drunk for this. I'm just saying, I think he's the drinker. I feel like you get to hear a lot of all of their voices in this one. Again, this is, five member vocal line kings right here, which I love. So it's nice. It's really just a beautiful song. And you can see on the crowd, the way the crowd is like all with their little light sticks. It's so much fun.
So good. And so next is Play It Cool, right?
Yes, which is one of your favorites, right?
It is one of my favorites.
She loves those dancing beats.
Oh yes I do. Oh my goodness, let's jump into it.
All right. This song is also a song that I didn't listen to that much before the show.
And I wanted to stay round till your powers to calm down. Yo, let's go!
Again, dancers out of nowhere.
This is one of my favorite choreographies.
So good.
It's simple but really beautiful. Look at that. I love this part.
French weed, it's my beat, your energy, taking over, we don't stop. Got me feeling the whole lot. Till your powers to calm down. Baby, I like the way that you can move around the place, and when you're dancing in my face, so I just play it cool. Baby, I like the way that you can move around the place, and when you're dancing in my face, so I just play it cool.
Was that you?
That was me. Oh gosh.
It's so good.
So good. Oh, look at that. So much fun. Oh, I love this part.
That's so fun.
Oh, I love this part when they.
What? Oh my gosh.
Okay.
People were going crazy for that. So crazy.
Okay, that song. There are so many. I mean, there's different versions of the song.
There's like
So
a lot of remixes, right?
So yeah, there's a lot of remixes, but just using the not talking about the remixes. You know, we're gonna put that aside or put a pin in it. So there's the Steve Aoki version, which is all English, no Changkyun rap in there. So and then there is the Korean version, which has Changkyun's rap in there. And I have to say, like, when they sing the English version, it's just like, oh man, like I am's not gonna come though and like rap. But man, I'm so glad that he did. Okay, first off, rewind. They didn't have to sing in English. Like, please.
Yeah.
Like, why? You know,
It's
like
not originally, right? So
I mean, I think. Well, I don't know. Well, I think for Steve
knows?
Aoki, you know, yeah, who knows? But yeah, like they didn't have to sing in English. They kept saying like the Korean version, you know.
yeah.
But they sing in English, and I'm like, you guys, that is so sweet of you guys. Okay, sweet already. You guys didn't have to do that. But then the best part was when Changkyun came out and he started rapping. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's when the crowd went nuts because no one would expect that, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
It was a great blending of everything we like.
yeah.
And that to me is really, that was probably the number one song that I've listened to before, but it hasn't made a huge impression on me. And then seeing it live, it felt very different.
Yeah.
Maybe I hadn't listened to the lyrics enough before or something, but yeah, it just hit different. And I've definitely listened to it a lot since the concert.
Yeah. It's such a fun song. I've always loved this song so much. But that's because like my prior history, like I mean, as an EDM girl, you know, so I gravitate towards this type of genre. So,
and they just do it so well. It has, I mean, the ups and downs, the like waves. It's just really, really good.
Yeah. So, this part of the concert, they're singing all their English songs, right? So, one day play it cool, and then they're gonna sing another English song now. But this is like a hilarious segue though, because Jooheon was like, "I think I know what LA people like." So,
and we'll see what he thinks that is.
yes. He's so funny.
I mean, can you do that? I think so. I'm sorry. Okay.
Are you guys enjoying the show so far?
And there's the mysterious accent.
Yes.
There's no problem to move to the next stage, but I found some kind of a little tiny problem right now.
Which problem? Which problem?
Dude, my heart right now
Broken?
is so shaking.
Shaking. Why? Because of?
It's because of you guys, and you guys are the problem. You problem.
Ridiculous, right? Hey!
I zoomed in real fast. And then I was like, I can't see him.
I love all of Jooheon's ad-libs. Youngwon! I mean, I had a hard time looking at anything else when he was dancing. That's me. I love this dance.
It's so cute.
I usually only watch IM for this. So good. Oh, so adorable. Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at he.
So cute. Confetti part 2. You and I have talked about You Problem a lot before. There are so many things I like about it, even though it's a very unusual song for them.
Yeah.
But they do get to showcase different colors of themselves. And I personally really love this dance. It's so intricate. It almost feels like they're like a doo-wop band in Motown in the 60s.
Yeah.
Like it's super, which is not the song at all, but
Yeah.
that's the choreography to me. And I'm just like, ugh, they're like the Temptations or something. It's so adorable.
Yeah,
I can't.
it is so adorable. Yeah, this song, if I could recall correctly, the same writer as Dynamite by BTS, David Stewart. So he wrote this song. So there's parallels between the two songs, I feel like, because they're both very disco-y and very happy, of course.
Yeah, and in English.
And in English, yes. But yeah, the choreography to this, like I love how, of course, I love props. Let's be real.
You love props. You love clothing dancing. And this, I mean, come on. It's a little bit of both.
Yes. So yeah, this is really fun to watch live, you know? So
really, really fun. And I feel like you get to see, especially in like this song, like Hyungwon is like really in it. Like he's very like, it's interesting because I feel like you see him like on shows and stuff, and of course he always performs like at an 11.
Oh yes.
But he seemed like he was enjoying it so much.
Oh,
It was like
yeah.
he was performing really hard, but like in a way where, like, you know, when you're being stupid at a party and you're like choreographing something, that's almost what it felt like, except it was beautiful because it's Youngwon.
Yes.
But it just felt like we were watching him enjoy himself, and it was like totally magnetic. It was hard to
Yeah.
look away.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Oh,
All
so
right,
good.
gotta get that record in there.
Oh,
More to
man.
come. Put a pin in that.
Wait
And then we
until
segued.
I was like, wait
Oh,
until we get to Wildfire.
I know,
mean,
right? We'll get there. Then we segued into Find You, which so beautiful, such a great song, such a, you know, a heartbreaker for so many.
Yeah, you know, we before we went to the concert, of course, we did like the whole time arc reaction, which obviously includes Find You because Find You is the prequel to the whole time travel arc, you know? And when you hear the song live, it hits you differently. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's absolutely gorgeous and it's amazing. So, I mean, these are all just words just spewing from me. Let's just play it and see for yourselves.
It is. All right, let's do this. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that they use the stands.
The clothing, oh my gosh, absolutely
So
gorgeous.
dreamy. Yeah. And this background too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't even know there was a dance.
I was just gonna make a comment about that.
Oh, Youngwon found his Beyonce fan.
Mm-hmm.
So beautiful.
Oh, so gorgeous.
So good, so good, so
So I should mention before that song there was a vignette, and the vignette pretty much like was saying that they were trying to find us, you know, like Monbebe, you know,
Yeah.
which was like really really sweet because like, you know, the whole pandemic and stuff like that. So
And I feel like that song, I know about what it means to the fandom, but because I wasn't there at the time, it means something a little different for me. It's still very emotional, but it's more about our connection to them, which, you know, I'm sure they would appreciate.
yeah,
Like, I really feel like that song, like, there's a lot of their songs that it feels like they're speaking just to us, but like that one, In Time, you know, Love Forever, like there's some of these songs that you just feel like are so specifically to Monbebe, and you know, everyone else that they love and they miss. So that one just hits really really hard.
Yeah, Find You, like if you turn on the music video, I'll start crying in 2 seconds, you know, because it just, but then like when I watch it live, it again, like it hits differently, you know what I mean? So
and I love, you know, so much Jooheon in it. Yay, loved it.
It's gorgeous. I love it.
So beautiful. And then you were gonna make a comment about the choreography too.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the same thing as you. I was like, I didn't realize that there was a choreography for this either. So
I wonder if there's like a dance practice somewhere or something. Check that out.
Yeah, I don't think there is, but maybe there might be a performance. I'm sure that there is somewhere, you know, that we haven't seen yet. But yeah, it was such a beautiful song live, and how they portrayed it through the vignette. Sorry, guys, like my hands needed to rest for a second. I can hold it for so long like this, you know. So
but yeah, it was very moving. I feel like they convey so much emotion, and you know, again, 5-man vocal line, lovely. I love it. Never stop.
Absolutely stunning. And so the next song is and this is where we held up the banners, you know, up. So and let's see if they, well, first let's watch the performance, and let's see if they wound up seeing the banner.
Yeah. Already a beautiful stage. Look at this.
It's gorgeous.
This song makes me cry.
Yeah. It has such great meaning, you know?
Yeah.
And I love how they use the waves too. This is like perfect.
To bring the fog in. Youngwon.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh. Ugh. Oh, God. So good. I actually did not think that they would sing that song, until we saw the set list and stuff. So I was kind of surprised. I love that song. It's so beautiful, but it is.
It's very gut wrenching.
It's super gut wrenching. It's like the knife is in and you're twirling it. Why?
Yeah.
So it's gorgeous though, and I love how much of it was written and tailored specifically, to their different colors and the different places where they excel. I think every single person in this song is like right in the sweet spot of their range, and that is not by accident.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's an amazing writer. And it's just
Changkyun. So good.
Man, his songs are really sad.
Yeah.
Wait, Youngwon's songs are really sad too.
I mean, not all of them. I mean, like Burning Up is like really good, and then you think of Mercy, like it's
so sad.
Oh God.
Oh gosh, but yeah, they he definitely knows how to make Jooheon shine. That's for sure. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
super cute.
So
then
good.
right afterwards, they saw something during the song and wanted to talk about it.
Yeah. And this is the part where I was like really, really stoked for Izzy. So
yeah.
Yeah, we showed you some stages. We just find you and how was it, guys? Good. Did you guys like it?
So I have a question. What is that playing card?
The playing card?
Can you borrow me?
Okay. 영원히 기억할게요, Monsta X.
Can you imagine? He's like, give me that. You're like, yes.
Oh my god. It's our picture and our signature, and I will always remember Monsta X No Limit Tour Los Angeles. We will remember you guys forever too.
Aww.
It's like a propose something. Propose? Is it? Monbebe, is it?
Jooheon immediately.
소리가 좀 작은데?
The cheers are kind of low.
아닌가 봐요.
I think it's not a proposal.
He's like, oops, I'm wrong.
Can I question?
Yep. Sure.
혹시 지친 거 아니죠?
Are you guys tired?
Second floor, are you tired? Are you tired?
자, 그러면 지금부터는 2022 몬스타 X US 투어 노 리밋에서만 만날 수 있는 특별한 무대들이 준비되었습니다.
And now it's time for 5 very special performances you can only see right here on the 2022 Monsta X tour.
I'm so glad I caught that. That was like hilarious.
My god.
There's a lot more talking about how to take a break. Sorry. I was like, my hand was cramping. And I was like, I need to put this down for a second.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I love that Minhyuk saw the banner and he pulled it up and pointed it out. I hope IM got told about it later though, because it was specifically an answer to him.
Yeah.
And he was not on stage when that went down.
No, he wasn't on stage because as you guys know, they did their solo stages. So Hyungwon and Changkyun went to the back and prepared for their stages.
Yeah.
So I really do hope he saw that too.
I know. I mean, they were touched, but it was like he would know instantly what it was in reference to. I'm sure these guys did too. But
Yeah.
I thought it was really sweet that they made a point to see what it was. It was just cute. Like we did something special and they were kind enough to notice. So
Yeah.
and by we I mean mostly Izzy, but it was fun to be a part of just handing it out and to know that like you helped make them smile.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's super cute. So then for a little while you took a break because you needed it. And then this was them. They're giving us spoilers for what the upcoming solo stages will be.
Yes.
And it's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. I have to say I was really sad that I didn't capture Kihyun doing the wildfire dance, but it was amazing.
You didn't know it was gonna be so good.
Yeah, I mean, I was like quite mesmerized, and I was like, I think I need to film this. And here we go.
Here we are.
And the second one is 주원이가 잘할 것 같은데.
I think Jooheon will do a good job.
Second stage. Second stage. Yeah. Some clues for second stage.
Second stage.
Some clues for spoilers.
So mean.
Can I do some face expression?
Yeah, sure. Facial expressions. Why not? Facial expressions about second stage.
So shady.
What's my lover? My lover.
Are you okay? Okay.
Minhyuk is like, okay, carry on.
Third stage.
Are you okay, Kihan?
Yeah, I'm okay. So,
You just brushed them off. Yeah, I'm okay.
I think Jooheon's stage. The stage. This folder is your stage.
Is it?
Right? Is it your stage?
No.
No?
No.
No?
My stage.
Okay.
So salty.
So next stage is the fourth stage. Could you give us some hint about first stage? No. No? What you?
I think it's raining.
It's rain. No, it's sunny outside. Yeah.
Rainy. I think that is spoiler.
Okay.
Yeah.
So last stage
Last stage
is.
is
I will give hint.
Okay.
Kihyun laughs. Jooheon is so stoic.
Minhyuk is amazing. I love him. Look at Jooheon. He's like, what the hell?
Why you? Is it your stage? Is it your stage? No.
I don't think
It
so.
is just.
I don't think so, but
It was just hint for.
So funny. Again, like filling the time by just hijinks and making fun of each other. Typical Monsta X. Love
I
it.
know. Oh my gosh. They are such brothers and love witnessing it.
Yes, it was so. Again, that was another thing where it's like I felt like we were watching part of X-Ray, and I was like, "Oh my
Right?
god, this is live!"
I
Like,
know.
it was. I feel like everything we wanted them to do, like be silly, bicker, flirt, be extra, sing and dance and be amazing. They did everything. It was so great. Like, full package.
Yeah.
Full package MX. And now we start solo stages.
Yes.
And this is where it's going to get really spicy, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Because we start already on fire. What kind of fire? Wildfire.
Wildfire.
Ugh, here we go.
Okay, all the screaming already.
Right. We can't even wait 30 seconds.
No. And I was wondering if he was going to wear his crop top or his see-through shirt.
Gorgeous.
And he served us with crop top.
Mm-hmm. Ugh. Ugh. It's too much. Your camera can't take it.
I know, right?
It's out of focus.
Totally.
This is all new. Oh, it's so pretty. That's my favorite line.
I love this part.
Ugh.
Oh my gosh.
Ugh. I just love like all the fog.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Guys.
Oh.
Guys, you saw that, right? I feel like my soul just left my body. I mean, there's so much that he wrote it, that he choreographed it, that he has his own extra rap verse. It's just unbelievably great. I really wish they would record this version too.
I know.
I love
right? It is such a great version. Oh my gosh. Like, just listening. Oh my gosh. Oof.
This song, again, incredibly sexy, but also like dangerous. Shouldn't touch this. But
Yeah.
I'm going to anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's like why I love MX, because it's just like the real world. People are like, don't open that door. And you're like, why? And that's them. They're like, you're terrible for me, so I'm gonna stay here with you.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh.
And just when you
yes.
think this song can't get any hotter, Crop Talk Hyungwon is dancing right in front of you, and you're like,
Yeah, which is interesting because most of the tour, he wore like a sheer turtleneck type of like shirt. And I believe this is one of two cities that he wore that crop top shirt. Just
So
saying.
I don't know if that was just like because he was feeling it that day or what, but I feel like in a weird way you get to see like all his dancery muscles, all those back muscles and stuff that are like doing all the hard work, all the arms and everything and the core, and it's fascinating when you can remember to think of it that way.
Yeah.
But it's also just like, oh my gosh, no conservative bros here.
Nope. Nope.
Nope.
Zero.
That
has been disbanded. So
no more subunit.
Yes, that is gone.
I just feel like Shona's gonna come back and be like, my baby.
Yeah, I know.
We're all in it together now.
Good job, gentlemen.
Thanks for stepping up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just I personally, that's one of my favorite songs. And I mean, it just couldn't get any better for me. Like,
well, the next solo stage, you completely died as well.
I did die.
I felt like your soul left your body during this one, and then it came back for a second, and then left again, as you know. So let's move on to Changkyun stage.
Oh gosh. And I love that everyone had these solo stages where they could show off a little bit of the other stuff they're working on. So but okay. Let's just watch it before I melt.
You mean you already didn't melt? I mean, he's wearing a sheer shirt.
Ugh, it's so hot. So dark and moody. Ugh, so him.
I like this song.
I love this song.
It's so cool that he sang 2 songs.
Yeah, I thought that was really smart of him, actually.
I could die right now if I could fucking love you.
Saucy.
Oh gosh, he's so good.
It's so smooth. Ugh. And this, like, come on, man. That's me.
I think I looked over and I'm like,
it's like,
who's going nuts?
I love the fog here. Ugh. Yeah. It's like a weird crab dance. I love it.
Oh, so good. So good.
Yeah, I didn't breathe, I think, for most of that. And
I don't think
when I
so.
did, I was just screaming. So,
You were gasping. I heard all sorts of noises coming out from you. It was amazing. In fact, I wish I had a third arm to just record your reaction.
oh my
It was
gosh.
amazing.
I'm sure it was absolutely cuckoo bananas.
I
But
loved
I
it.
happen to really, really like that EP. And I like, it was like you singing all my favorite stuff. And like, I'm not making excuses. You saw it. You have to scream.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think when you listen to the EP, like when you found out that he was in Monsta X, you're like, what? I listened to his song before. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and goddamn it was one of my favorites, but Happy to Die is also one of my favorites. And yeah, the whole look, like the pleather pants and the mesh top and like the Chanel
Please.
jacket that he shrugs off, like ugh, and his sexy serpentine crab dance. I don't know. It's like I can't. It's everything. I honestly can't process really.
Yeah, like your soul just
Like
left again, you
buffering.
know. Yeah.
Buffering. And I never thought, like, I was like, he's never gonna tour for that, so I'll just never hear him sing it. And then I did. Like, it was just, it blew my mind so much. It was way more than I could have expected. And yes, I had like 3 heart attacks.
Yeah, I mean, like it's kind of like a bucket list thing, right?
Yes.
It's like, oh my gosh, you got to see his solo stage. You got to see Duality, you know?
Right? Like, when is he gonna tour with this? Never. So
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh, what a gift to Monbebe. Love it.
Good. You could tell the rest of the crowd really enjoyed it too.
Oh, and speaking of the crowd, I mean, Mood Changers coming. I mean, you had the first 2 songs that was kind of like
sexy,
sultry, and like in your face. Well, this is a different type of in your face.
It's very in your face, but in a new way.
In a totally different way.
All right, here we go.
This song has been on repeat, by the way, on my playlist.
I know, it's so fun. This was another one, seeing it live. I liked it before, but this,
yeah,
forget it. I'm 1000% in now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shimmy, shimmy, oh, shimmy. Oh, shimmy, shimmy, oh, shimmy. Oh, shimmy, shimmy, oh, shimmy.
Swag.
Oh, shimmy, shimmy, oh, shimmy.
Yes, that's me screaming a lot.
The dancers.
The dancers must love the song.
And it's done karaoke style.
Oh my gosh, just like the music video.
Mini lift, like what?
Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
A lot of hip thrusting in this song.
It's so great.
He's so amazing. Trot was so racy.
Oh yes.
This breakdown.
I was moving around so much to the song. That's why the camera's like swaying all funny.
Oh, the crowd was singing so loud.
Oh man, it was so great.
Los Angeles, you're my angel.
Oh,
Yay!
absolutely
Oh my God.
loved it. Oh my gosh.
Again, another song. Did you ever think you'd get to see that live? No.
No. Absolutely not.
It's so funny. It's so clever. And I believe you posted on our IG story the next day. LA loves Trot.
Yes.
It was like, when were we ever going to get to see this? Like, what? Again, another like really special, really just felt like a once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah. And the reason why I posted that in our Insta stories is because you said the exact same thing. Like, Ellie just heard Trot right now and
Loved it.
Yeah. And so, yes.
Oh my gosh.
I
It was
never-
so good.
I never thought I would say I love Trot, because who does? But
Me.
Minhyuk, oh man.
I only knew Trot as something that young people make fun of in K-dramas. That's it. It's something old people listen to, right?
Yeah.
But this, I mean, that's part of the charm of it, I guess, right? It's like your
Yes.
grandparents could listen to it and get down.
I bet you if I played this song, my parents would absolutely love it. Trot is one of their favorite genres, I have to
So
say.
fun.
And they
So
would love the
fun.
song. This is such a great song. I remember reading a comment because we did a reaction video for Minhyuk's Ongshimi, of course. And Monbebe wrote, "You guys are not ready. You guys are not ready for the solo stage."
We weren't.
We
We
weren't.
weren't. If I was like dying during I Am, you were definitely dying during Minhyuk, but like from laughter, like you were cracking up.
I
We were
was
both
dying.
doing this part, hence the camera issues.
Yes.
It was so much fun. Everyone was screaming the words. It was just like, what is happening? I felt like we were in a parallel universe. It was
Yes.
awesome.
It was amazing. Yes, I apologize for the terrible camera thing, but
No, you were enjoying it, damn it.
I was having a blast. It was so good. I was actually shocked when I saw that video. I was like, oh, it's still kind of viewable, because we were moving a lot. I mean, with our light stick and just moving, and it's just like,
and the dance, but yeah, the dance moves and everything. Oh,
yeah, so good. So good.
we were just dying. So they gave us a nice little break before they took us back to our emotions.
Mhm.
But again, something that maybe you didn't think you'd get a chance to hear live. So
Oh my gosh. I thought I would never hear Kihyun's like solo work
yeah,
ever,
and yet here we
here
are.
we are.
All right, let's do this.
Rain.
Another beautiful stage.
Mm-hmm. get all that feeling. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he never holds back.
And his facials, look at that.
Ugh. Ugh. So sexy. So powerful.
So good.
Oh
my gosh.
Oh my gosh. The way he like looks straight at the camera and just like demolishes you. You're like, ah!
I felt like I was steamrolled. I was like, whoa, what? Oh my gosh. Like straight to my heart. And like, oh my gosh, just his facial expressions. It's like, and the way that he was handling his mic. Please. Like, what? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he emotes so crazy. Like it's all there right on his face. He does such a like amazing job of making you feel the music. I mean, we all know he has a gorgeous voice, so that alone could make you feel something, but he gets raw with it, and then it's like, it's almost like too unbearable. It's like a sensory overload. Like you hear that gorgeous soaring note, and then he has like a gruff little gravel, and you're like, what? No, how can you do everything?
I know.
It's just so good. Like, again, never expected to hear the song live. Super amazing. Just
and I'm just I never expected to hear the song live, and you would think that he would choose like a song, Kama or Voyager, but no, Rain.
Right. I mean, it's not like he didn't have upbeat ones too. But this one is, I mean, they all make his voice shine, obviously, but this one, you really hear that, I don't know, that special Kihun quality.
Oh, yeah.
That's just, it's him right away. That emotion, that tone, is just everything.
Yeah, it's so everything. Oh my gosh.
I was like, can we even stand anymore? I feel like at this point we were already like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm already like,
yeah, seriously. By this moment I was like, okay, come on, hands, you got this. You gotta get Jooheon's like stage, like pick yourself back up too.
You can get through this. I
was like,
it's just each one kept getting more and more crazy. We were like, wow.
Yeah.
Again, did not compute how amazing it was just going to be. I just,
Yeah.
The solo stages were really above and beyond what I was expecting.
Yeah, same here. And so the next stage is Jooheon's, and it's Smoky, which, you know, is a very important song and it has great meaning behind it. And then he also sang a new song called Voices, and just as powerful.
Oh, so good. Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
Listen to that. The crowd cannot wait.
Right?
So beloved. I love the lyrics on the side.
Yeah.
So amazing.
Good. Oh, I love that so much. He sends such a good message.
Yes, he really does.
The crowd went nuts.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, again, the iPhone like kind of watered it down.
Can you feel my heart, Beth?
No.
So, put your hands up, everybody. Put your hands up. I want to hear your voice, LA. I want to hear your voice, LA.
Look at that energy.
It's hard to believe it's just one guy.
Mm-hmm. This song is so good too. So good.
Yes, we are the keys, right? I get the key. Yo, you got the key. Yeah, we got the key. Yes, we are the keys, right? Let's go.
Oh my God, she's running everywhere.
This is a fight.
so epic.
Absolutely amazing. Like to witness a new song like that. Wow. Oh my gosh.
So incredible.
I really hope that there's you know, I don't know when, but he'll release like a recording of this, you know? Like
Yes, I
please.
want to hear it every day now.
Yeah, it is so good. And you know how I feel about rapping, you know?
Yes. I mean, come on. It was so powerful though. And again, like you said, he always has like those great messages, and you always feel like I always feel like you can relate to his songs. Everyone's always been in those situations. He somehow manages to make it personal to you, but universal enough that it feels like he's talking just to you.
Yeah.
He's so good at that. And it was a little hard to see, but we were pretty sure he was crying because he was so happy.
Yeah.
Those were not sad tears. Those were happy tears because the audience was literally, it was so loud he couldn't start.
Yeah.
The screaming was out of control. And I feel like he just really felt how much everybody was supporting him. And it like kind of overwhelmed him a little bit.
Yeah.
Because he's a big mushy softie.
Yes, he is. Yeah. And this is like a really cool song too, because like it's titled Voices, and he said like, oh, you know, like a Smokey, you know, he had like the whole blindfold, but then like he heard our voices, you know, and took the blindfold off. So I thought that was so cute, you know. And so I was like, oh my gosh, so
just
good.
So amazing. And then to go from something where you're like you're lost and you want to be found, and then this one's like, I can do it, we can do it, we've all got it inside us, we already have it, let's do it, let's crush this. It's just it's two great really spectrums, and you can see where he was and where he is now, and I mean, makes me really happy because Smokey's really dark.
It is.
I love it, but it is not a happy place.
No.
And Voices, for all the aggression, is a much happier place.
Yeah.
So I really, not just hearing it and getting to experience it, but like, just really like taking in the message. I was like, oh good. We're on the upswing. So I just really loved it. The crowd was so crazy.
So good.
So good. All right, and then this next one, another tearjerker. They're like, now they're just giving us all the feels. It's just like a nonstop feel fest, and I love it, but also but I really like this song, so let's do it. Mercy. Jooheon special.
Hyungwon, his music. Woo.
So pretty.
Yes. His voice is so underrated. Please.
Yes.
Such a great voice. And I love Minyak's sweet voice.
Yes. He really shines in this song too. Look at this lava.
So good.
Yeah. Tammy was like, look at him, he's so cash.
You remember that?
I do. Look at me when you say that. We're both like dying. So beautiful. So sexy. That's us yelling and screaming and swooning.
Yeah,
That's definitely us.
Oh,
Gosh. Again, that to me, I love that song, but that to me is not really, I wouldn't expect them to necessarily do it on tour.
Yeah, I was gonna say the exact same thing. We're on the same wavelength right now. Yeah, I that was very unexpected. Like if I didn't look at the set list, I would be like, what? You know? Yeah,
100%. It was just like it's such a good song, but it is so like moody and it's a B-side, so you're just like, oh, I love this song. I'll never hear it live, but it's nice. I love it. And oh my gosh, it's so perfect for them, for the way they do their facials and their emotions. Like, ugh.
You know what I really love about this concert is that like they didn't play all of their greatest hits. They played a lot of B-sides, which is like their B-sides are so good, and I'm so glad that they did that.
I honestly feel like 75% of their catalog could be title tracks.
Yes.
And that is a stupid, ridiculous amount.
Yeah.
Like, there are so many of those songs that I have to remind myself aren't singles. And I'm like, I don't understand why this wasn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
I mean, from just from the No Limit mini album, like, I feel like Autobahn could be like a title track.
Yes.
I feel Mercy could be a title track.
Just Love, which they've already done. You know, like it's all.
I Got Love. Yeah.
Every song is worthy.
Yeah.
But you're right. They really, we're kind of lucky because we got in during the pandemic and stuff. So it's kind of catering to all the albums we were listening to the most. So we are getting B-sides, but they're mostly newer, but that's awesome for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I was thrilled. I was really happy with the selection and stuff. And it's only getting better, guys. Are you ready? Let's just hit them with the 1-2 punch.
Okay, let's do it.
Bam!
Ah, yes.
They never let up, guys. Straight from Mercy into Love Killa.
I know.
Who does that?
Monsta X.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Ah! Maniac! Oh gosh. Overload. Oh, come on.
Maniac.
God. Look at Center Maniac.
That was both of us, by the way.
Oh my gosh, guys.
Oh my
Guys.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
I mean, that is, if not my favorite song, definitely one of my favorite songs. It's just
yeah, that song I play, I'm pretty sure
more than once a day.
Oh my gosh. My husband's like, oh my gosh. Like, he's never said it, but I'm sure he's like, how many times is she gonna play this song?
A lot.
Yeah, this is like one of the songs that like, oh gosh, I was hoping that they would play on tour. And I'm so glad that they did. There were 3 songs that I wanted them to really play, which was like, or sing, which is Love Killa, Fantasia, and Shootout, because why not? And so I got one of the 3.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But,
which, considering how huge our catalog is,
yes,
we'll take it.
Yes.
Yeah. Love Killa is just absolutely, I feel like that is
iconic.
One Day might have got it into them, but maybe that's the song where I was like, oh, what? Oh, like that might be the song where I actually fell in love with them.
Yeah.
It's everything I expect and want from Monsta X. It's saucy, it's, you know, sweet, it's filthy. I mean, have you ever seen so many body rolls? What is happening? It's just nothing but thrusting. I mean,
thrusting and body wave. I mean, like Shonu doing that. No one could do that. Lean back, body wave like Shonu. And I mean, even though he wasn't here, like they did amazing. I mean,
such a good job. I really think Maniac, wow, really taking over there.
Oh my gosh,
he's giving it to us.
Did you see the hair toss? I was like, oh,
the lip biting.
Yes. And then Hyungwon and oh my gosh, the choreography, the boxing. I'm like, what?
It's ridiculously sexy. And of course has the sexiest words ever. And Jooheon's in there. It's just like, it's everything you want. It is so good. I feel like if ever anyone is like, what's Monsta X like? I'm like, start here.
Yes. Love Killa.
Start with Love Killa. And because if you don't love that, then you're an idiot and we can't keep being friends.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like, to us, that is classic, iconic MX.
Yeah. This is the song where it just like definitely sucks you in to be a Monbebe for sure. So
and Kihyun's so gorgeous on it. It's just everyone gets to show off a little bit, and it's just so sexy. How can this song is ridiculous. Every Monsta X song is sexy, but this one's like out of control.
Yes. Yes. Definitely one of my faves for sure.
Oh, and seeing it live, oh my gosh, we were even more excited. I mean, I knew we were gonna freak out, but we like freaked out.
Yeah. So at this part, my hands needed a break. So I did vertical, so I apologize. But it's better than nothing, okay?
And this is them kind of chatting about the solo stages we just saw.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Preparing Wildfire.
아무래도 처음으로 이제 혼자 무대를 꾸민 게 처음이다 보니까 굉장히 고민이 많이 됐었는데.
But I had a lot of thoughts because this is my first time performing solo.
Oh, the crowd, I love it.
섹시하고. 왜냐면 몬베베가 너무 섹시하니까.
Because Monbebes are so
Look at him!
I know!
Flirt, flirt, flirt.
그래서 몬베베보다 더 섹시하려고 노력을 많이 했거든요.
So I tried really hard to be sexier than Monbebes.
다음 넥스트 스테이지는
So the next stage was
저보다 좀 더 핫한 갓된 보이가 있거든요.
there's another boy hotter than me.
I
Yeah,
love
look
it.
how embarrassed he is.
So embarrassed.
Go.
You guys goddamn like it? So, as you guys know, last year, February, I dropped my solo album, which is called Reality. And I prepared 2 songs. The first one was Goddamn, the second one was Happy to Die. At that time, I haven't had any chance to have a stage or like do a performance, but right now, in front of you guys, I'm clearly happy to die right now.
So cute.
I think you guys like it. I'm not sure that you guys like the song or my body or something.
Learn.
That's about it.
Look at him. He's embarrassed. He's embarrassed himself. He's like, oh my God. Oh my God.
And the next stage was oh shimmy shimmy oh shimmy oh shimmy shimmy oh shimmy hey oh shimmy
The
shimmy.
crowd.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
이 정도면 거의 팝송에 가깝지 않나 싶어요.
I think it's closer to a pop song than a throat song.
This song is my favorite song. So, this one is my first mixtape, one and only title song.
So funny.
He's so cute.
Thank you. So, today I'm really so sad. Why? Because Ongshimi is last song. The last stage of I'm so sad. Last song. Bye bye, Ong. Okay. If I have a new stage, next stage, I want to new song.
Spoiler.
I want to sing your song.
Yes.
Stage.
Yes.
Yes.
Your song. You made it.
Aww.
Of course.
Yes, come on.
So cute. I love it.
Exactly. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next stage is... Yeah, next stage was my stage.
Beyond so casual.
I dropped my solo album 3 months ago.
Of course, that's me.
Inside the album, but during pandemic, there's no chances to show that some songs in front of you guys. So, if you guys want it,
Of course. What kind of question is that?
the 2 more songs. Which one? Voyager or Coleman? Voyager or Coleman? Or anything.
Now he's just taking requests. Anything.
Right?
Comma? No?
Voyager. 그 Lost in the Dream 있는 거.
Yeah.
내 전부인 나를 잃고 나도 아까 뭐지? 미련이 만든 나의 환상 나를 올가며 내게서 멀게 해 It's too easy.
Swag.
And last stage was on this stage.
Oh my gosh, Jooheon, he's like, ugh.
Here goes, I wanna be.
He's like, whatever.
He's so done with his hyungs.
Calm down, man.
Calm down, man.
Getting exhausted.
Okay,
God.
First of all,
Changkyun, I'm getting exhausted.
final stage. I'm sorry about that.
it's a very touching to my heart. So thank you so much. Smoky라는 곡을 참 부르고 싶었는데.
So I really wanted to perform Smoky.
여러분들이 같이 따라해주는 목소리가 제 귀에 이렇게 들어왔었는데요.
And I heard your voices singing along to the song.
뭔가 그 목소리로 인해서 제가 눈을 뜨지 않았나 싶습니다.
And I think your voice allowed my eyes to open.
그리고 여러분의 목소리로 인해서 이렇게 멋진 에너지를 낼 수 있어서 기분 좋았고요.
And thanks to your voices, I was able to have this limitless energy.
민혁이 형이 따라한 것처럼 제가 왜 저렇게 자꾸 소리를 지르나 했을 텐데.
So just like Minhyuk showed us, people might be wondering why does he scream so much?
이게 저의 에너지입니다.
That is actually my energy.
He's like, they're being stupid.
So I collected all this energy.
우리 또 형원 형의 Mercy도 한번 소개해 주세요.
And I want to introduce Hyungwon's Mercy.
Mercy.
When I made this song Mercy, I was having a little bit hard time, but through this tour and as of today, you have ended my darkness. Really appreciate that. And 네, 곡 설명은 여기까지.
So that's the end of my song description.
So funny.
To continue,
우리의 사랑을
our love.
주원 씨가 설명해 줄 겁니다.
Jooheon will explain our love.
Yeah, Monsta X's always love Monbebe. And then Monbebe love Monsta.
Yes.
Monsta. So, are you guys loving this time right now? We sure?
He's so cute.
Oh my gosh. Of course we're loving it. We're loving every moment of it. Jeez.
And this is the part where I was like, oh crap, I better do horizontal real fast.
But it was really nice that they took some time out to give us some insight behind their songs and the reason why they picked those stages. And I think it's no surprise to anyone who's lived through these past 3 years that everybody's like, so I was having a hard time when they wrote this stage.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting because now we can watch them and appreciate them and love them, but we're not so much living that moment.
Yeah.
So they hit hard, but they're still enjoyable because that's not our day-to-day anymore, tk goodness.
Yes. Yes.
So absolutely. I really felt like all those songs, they are very specific to that moment in time. And I'm sure every artist is going to have an album like that, so
oh gosh, yes.
I just love the fact that they took the chance to kind of break it down for us a little bit. It's like,
I know. And like you said, it makes us appreciate it a lot more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, this is the part where I was like, okay, they're gonna sing Love right now. I better flip my phone real fast
because I want this one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, one of our all-time favorites. Let's hear it live.
Yes.
What, we back again once again. That's the love.
Oh gosh, so happy we saw this live.
LA, your turn. What? We love this time now. What? We back again
once again.
Another amazing choreo.
Right?
That's us. I love Jooheon on this.
He's so good. I love that part.
Ah!
Enjoy the show. Feel my rhythm and flow. We can take it fast or slow. Come to my party, take how I live on the street. What? B.R.B. You, only you know B.I.B. I jump in out, I got you B.I.G. The B.I.G. Once I got you B.R.E.
Oh my gosh.
Say what, sit back and enjoy the show. Say what? Say what?
You can hear us all yelling.
Right?
I love this dance break. I love that transition.
It's so good.
Now we're dancing like crazy. My favorite part. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness, they are so good.
So good. And the funny thing is, it's like, since that was their newest title track, it's not like we haven't seen it on a ton of music shows, but it was still so awesome live.
Yeah.
Like, I love that choreo. I love those breakdowns. Ugh.
It felt so magical, you know, just seeing it live. And it's just, again, it hits differently, you know? Oh gosh, yeah. Oh.
And that song's just so good. And for some reason, it really has this sparkle to it. Not just glitter in the video, although I do think about that a lot.
Yeah.
But,
you and me both, sister.
Yeah, right. There's that like shimmer quality in the middle during like the saxophone breakdown. And it just, every time it just gets me. I'm just like, love this.
So
and then
good.
Jooheon at the end, just like riffing like crazy. I can't. It's so hot.
It's so good. It's so good.
Definitely one of my faves. Definitely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then we kind of get a little flashback. So it's so nice. I feel like they gave us so much new stuff in the middle, but some like older tracks in the beginning and then some older tracks at the end to like really put a bow on it in like a fun way.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go.
지금까지 몬스타 X였습니다.
They told us one more song.
Monbebe. We are Beastmode.
You were so excited for this song.
I was.
Like, yes. Went so crazy.
I love this song. Not gonna lie.
It's time to wake up.
Oh my gosh, the crowd is so electric.
Look at you over there, like jumping all over the place.
This dance is very elaborate too.
Yep.
I don't give a what you gotta say. Packing on my goal, I'm a real man. I don't have to be some of the shield, man.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, he's dancing so hard. I love
Right? Amazing.
It was just such a party. You could just hear there were so many screams. It was so crazy.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. My gosh, like
that song, I mean, the cojones you have to sing that song. It is so braggadocious swag, like just confidence to the nth degree. It is unreal, and they do such a good job.
Yes, they are confidence kings.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I just love it. Almost seems like they rip at it, like they bite into it and tear it apart. It's so good.
Yeah, it is. So good. I'm so glad that this is like one of the songs that they chose for the set list. It's like, I mean, again, this is a song that we wouldn't expect that they would do on tour, you know? So I'm really glad that they chose this song. It really brought up, like, I mean, we heard like a lot of moody songs, you know, in the, you know, the solo stages and, you know, Mercy and all that kind of, but man, do they know how to go to the opposite spectrum and just hype us up real fast with our heart rate and everything, you know?
Yeah. And I love that this song, the rap line gets to show off. Kihyun and Minhyuk get to show off. Youngwon does that gorgeous, soft, like interlude. Like, it's just so good. This song is, in a weird way, this song is also classic Monsta X. I guess it's not weird, but it's not a very usual song. It's an unusual song to be considered like a standard. You know what I mean? But this is Monsta X. It's unexpected and it's fun and it's, you know, larger than life. So cool.
Yeah. So cool. So the next song is Zone, right?
Yes, and I have to tell you, I've always loved this song. Seeing this live was something I didn't expect to get, and it was so good.
Yeah.
Let's check it out. I love it. They put us in a party mood, and we're gonna stay there.
Yeah.
Look at all, everyone's jumping.
Right? I mean, clearly I was too.
Yeah. He's so great.
Love him.
Are you ready? 3, 2, 1,
So much fun.
And that's me. I really lost my shit during this song.
I mean, look at the crowd.
Oh my gosh, so incredibly good.
Oh
That
my
song
gosh.
is so
Okay, so I do have a confession. Like, I like Zone, but then like this is like one of the songs that like after I saw it live, I'm like, okay, I got it.
You're like, oh, I see this song. I get the vibe now. All right, cool,
Yeah,
cool,
all
cool.
right, okay, repeat, you know? So, yeah, this is like one of the songs where like I knew it was good, but it wasn't like where I would put Fantasy on repeat. Come on, it's on the same album, you know? So,
but now
it's like, oh gosh, yes.
Yeah, so this was that song for you. I love that.
Yeah.
Yes. This was like that's what It Played Cool was for me. I was just like, oh shoot, why don't I listen to this song a lot? It's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, like an older song, you know, Fantasia is not super new, and I just was surprised, pleasantly surprised that this appears to be one of their standards. I was like, yes!
Yeah.
And I do think I really liked the dance on this too, because it was very simple and it gave them a lot of room to like, there's a lot of like freestyling in here, you know, just like talking to Monbebe and whipping the crowd up and just having fun.
Yeah, I mean, like, again, they could have chosen their title track on that album, which is Fantasia. That they didn't. They chose a B-side, which is Zone. So I mean,
So
kudos.
good.
It's so good. Like they chose the right songs, especially with the next song that they're gonna pair it with.
Yes.
Which is one of my favorite songs from The Connect. Quite honestly, like, okay, so I'm saying it's one of my favorite songs now, but again, this is another song where I was like, when I listened to it the first time, I was like, this song is pretty good, but like Destroyer, or like,
Yeah.
Jealousy, Destroyer, like I love those songs like a ton more. And then this song, I kind of like glossed over it, but then of course, watching it live changed my mind. So again, on repeat. This song is so
kind of
good.
fun. It's so good that they do B-sides because then we get more into them too. So
yeah,
thank you. Love it. Yes. Look at the crowd.
Oh, so good. You're like, Ment t-shirt.
Tammy's favorite line.
It is.
Changkyun is just dancing so cute.
I know, right?
Yeah, this song creeps up on you.
Yeah.
And the dancers are so hyped.
They're
having
so
much fun.
cute. Love it.
I bet they never wanted this tour to end.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I love it. Look at Youngwon.
Youngwon is so silly during this. Him and Minka. Look at them.
This is my favorite part. And look at the dancers like hugging Jooheon afterwards.
Right? They're like, you go, man, bro, you killed it.
You ready? Let's go!
They're so cute.
So adorable.
Their little slow-mo thing. Yes. The limbo.
Youngwon was having such a good time.
Yeah.
Oh, so good, so good, so good.
Oh my gosh, I love that song. Okay, so that song live was so freaking amazing. I love their little Running Man dances and then the little slow-mo that they do in between, and then the dance all crazy and jump all crazy. And Kihyun always goes, they always go so nuts on this song. And Kihyun, of course, his little famous little thing that he does all the time is throw water at everybody. And I saw another angle of because, like, you know, we're on that side, and then I saw another angle on the other side that someone recorded, and they were pretty much like really, really close up to Kihyun. And so as he took the water bottles, first off, when he took two water bottles, one in each hand, he did this. Someone took a picture of it, and it looked like a heart. Like water, like heart. I wish I saved the picture, but it looks so amazing. And then that person captioned it, even Kihyun, like when he's flicking water, it's hearts, you know? And then another person, a vantage point on the other side, she's like, oh my gosh, I love this so much. I keep telling everyone that I was baptized by Kihyun because the water splashed on her. It was so amazing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you could just tell how much fun they're having. And this song is very interesting because, yeah, when you just listen to it, it has a lot of like different tempos and different levels. And sometimes it kind of feels like it just like downshifts or upshifts out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa, what's happening? Like, you never know if it's going to be slow or up tempo or what.
Yeah.
But when you're watching it live, it's just a nonstop build up, and then you explode, and then you have to build it up again. And it works so well. And the fact that they obviously love it so much. The dancers were hyped. They were hyped. Like, the stupider and sillier they are, the more fun we're having.
Yes.
So it was kind of amazing. We've seen a lot of sexy, and right now it's just a bunch of dudes doing the Running Man and limbo. In slow-mo.
Yeah, and I remember you leaned over to me like, is Jooheon doing like a limbo? And I'm like, yes, he is. Absolutely. And we thought it was the funniest thing. I was like, how far back can that guy go for how long?
Oh my gosh, Shonu has taught him well. I don't know why. It just made me laugh so hard. Like he was in the Matrix. He was like, yeah.
I think that's what he was going for. He was
It was
Neo.
so good. Yes. 100% Neo.
Yeah. Oh man.
And then we're just like freaking out. We're just hoping they'll come back. So good. And lucky for us, they do.
Yep.
I love that they did a countdown like it was New Year's Eve.
Yeah. Yeah. Encore.
Yes. Yeah, these were their vignettes, guys. Very more like mood pieces.
Tammy, you're wearing that shirt.
This song is so good.
So good.
this is one of my favorite parts. How does the man even breathe?
Judy! So cute.
He is having the time of his life. I love it.
And the dancers start going nuts.
Yes. So good. I love it. So good.
Oh my
Whoa, Smiley, what's happening?
Oh my gosh. I love that song so much. Again, that like 1010 confidence, like just laying it all out there. Here's who I am, love it or leave it. And we love it.
Oh my gosh, yes. I love how they did the set list, like quite honestly, you know, like again, yes, they played their title tracks and like got moody for like in
there's
the middle.
moods and levels.
Yeah, it felt
And now we're like
it's like a roller coaster of emotions, right? And then yes, and towards the end, it's like, wait, moody no more. You know, like we're gonna end it with a bang, okay?
Yeah.
A bang.
It's funny
So-
because they I think those moments of vulnerability in their solo stages, they hit so hard because this is our number one. Like when you first think of Monsta X, this is what you think of.
Yes.
Cocky, in your face, I'm here to run this game. Lot of, like so amazing swag kings.
Yes.
And then, so then when you hear those like more moody, like a little like vulnerable pieces, you're just like, yeah, fact check. You're the best.
Yes.
And this has one of the most memorable choruses ever, which should be completely dumb, but is not and is amazing. Hashtag fact check is my favorite.
Right? Oh my gosh, it's so good.
It's so good. And it's just, again, just nonstop like attitude.
Yeah.
Their attitude is what gets me every time.
The rap line completely shines in this song, and I absolutely love it. I love Changkyun's part, of course, and Jooheon. Oh my gosh, like please, like the way he ended it.
Yeah, I kind
Love
of
it.
love how it's almost like he runs out of breath, which we know, of course, he doesn't. But it's like almost like an engine losing steam. It's like that.
Yeah.
Like it's so cute because it's so unexpected with the way the rest of the song is.
Yeah.
And can we please talk about the dancers are literally like making a junior high dance circle.
I know.
That's how much fun they're having. And the guys are like, yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
and at the end, did you see like the dancers picking up the other one? Like, oh my god,
Oh my
so cute.
And like
from the
you pointed
floor.
out, they're all like, hugging and high-fiving Jooheon in the middle because his rap's so awesome. It's like, it's literally like watching a bunch of friends at a party.
Yeah, seriously.
It's so fun.
Love
and
it.
then one of the things we really loved is that then they asked to their dancers, basically they were like, these dancers are amazing, right? Oh, what? You're not clapping loud enough? Let's show you. And then they gave us a little love dance.
Yeah. So this is the part where they start taking pictures of like us, and them. And so
which was awesome because then I got to save that picture and be like, me with Monsta X, they were here.
Yeah. And it's so great because like the dancers came out, they danced to Love for a little bit, and then we'll see the next video. This is like so great of Monsta X. Like they, instead of like, I know some bands like, it's really nice to acknowledge like the dancers, right? Like they acknowledge them, right? But by name, which is like incredible. And they didn't have to do that, so.
But they were a big part of the show. But yeah, to your point, mostly people are like, and our beautiful dancers.
Yeah, slap. Well, slap. Clap.
Wow, you could slap these dances, maybe.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
Oh my.
They're probably prepared for that.
I'm sure. But anyways, Freudian slip. Okay.
And
as I was saying, so yeah, let's just play the video.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
What? And look, they're also lying down, hyping them.
Right? Look at the dancers. They're so amazing.
So good.
We didn't know that.
I love that they took the time out to take a picture with the dancers too. They didn't have to do that.
No, again.
His name is Jooheon. Shout out for Jooheon. And then Mingyu.
Here we go, down the line. So awesome.
I love that.
Shout out for Inhwa.
I love how he's like, oh, that's me.
And then shout out for cute Gyujin. What a cutie boy. And then shout out to Taggy. Shout out to Jooheon. Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Like, just so much love that they showed for them. It was really like sweet and inspiring because, as you said, they don't have to do it. They just don't have to. And it showed how much they actually knew them and appreciated them. Like, all that palling around and joking around on stage, that's not fake. That's real.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like they live in one hotel and the dancers live in another. I don't think that's true.
They hang
pretty
out.
Awesome.
Yeah. And it's so great that they made them shine too,
And trust me, they were already shining. We had both clocked at least two of them that we were like, whoa. What? What's that?
Yeah, I'm like,
especially that blondie. I was like, yeah,
that's good. I was like, yeah, the guy that's flexing. So I was like,
I clocked him probably around the third number. I was like, woo, who's that? I mean, wowzers. And yeah, again, it seemed like they had such a good time during this too. They were 1000% invested as well.
Yeah.
Which just really helps make the stages. And, it was great to see that they acknowledged how much they contributed.
Yeah. It was so great. Like that's one of the things that I was like, this sounds weird, but it's like one of the things that blew me away, which, why would that blow me away? But I mean, like, it just shows you like how much they adore them, and that they're a big part of the concert too, So, I mean,
I feel like Monsta X looks at everything as a collaboration.
Yeah.
They don't look at it like, we're the stars, who's here to support us.
Yeah.
And that really shows. It shows in their music and it shows in their stages. So, I was like, are you even better than I thought?
I know. Oh my gosh, they're so great.
I mean, I honestly didn't think we could love them anymore going into this, and I was wrong.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I was like, oh, I'll be tired of their music for a little bit. No, that has not happened.
No.
This concert just reinforced everything I thought about them, and then reminded me why I like all that stuff.
Exactly. 100%.
Oh, so good. So we do have their closing remarks here.
Yes, we do.
And I thought it was really sweet. I feel like they go back and forth between English and a translator, and I just think it's cute that I feel like they're expressing themselves as much as they can in another language, but then it's just too much sometimes. So you need that translator around, which I totally appreciate. Trust me, I couldn't express myself in Korean except to be like, I'm hungry. Where's the restroom? And those two things do not go together. So,
yeah. And, and English is my first language. So, I mean, sometimes I can't even express myself in English. I use hand gestures to express myself. Let's be real, okay?
So I just thought the fact how much effort they put into all the talking during this concert was just amazing. Like, just another level of trying to connect with us.
Yes. And these are the closing Ments or closing remarks. And I have to say, Kihyun is being Kihyun in here, and you guys will see why. One of the reasons why I love him.
Spoiler.
Should we share our thoughts about tonight?
Yes. And he had scarf hair.
Last night, I wrote a short letter to you guys. Do you want to listen to it?
Yes, please.
Saying thank you all for allowing me to feel different types of emotions. Through this tour, I learned how to receive and give love. Every moment of this tour and the energy that I receive will guide me to create better music and performances as an artist. I will never forget the moments that we spent together. So thank you for being my motivation, inspiration, and my love.
The way he says that with his giant eyes.
자, 그리고 이건 한국말로 좀 하겠습니다.
And in Korean.
저희가 다시 6명이서 여기 LA에 공연으로 찾아올 때까지
So until we're back in LA as a full 6 members.
여러분들 모두 아프지 말고 행복하게 있으시길 바라겠습니다.
Please stay healthy and be happy.
그때 더 멋있게 돌아오도록 하겠습니다.
And when we're back, we'll be even cooler than now.
이 세상에서 가장 사랑합니다.
I love you guys the most in this world.
이건 영어로 할게요.
And this is in English.
I love you guys most in the world.
So great.
My darlings.
I love how the translator kept giggling. Yeah.
My darlings.
Yes.
First, I want to say that I'm so thankful to everyone here tonight. Yeah. And then, before the show, I was looking at this wall backstage with the names of all the artists that have performed here, from Janet Jackson, NSYNC, and then Queen, Blackstreet.
Amazing.
Right.
And then amongst all these great artists, our name was up there too.
Yay!
Yeah, that's why I feel the great honor it is to be here tonight. from the connect to we are here, and also no limit. Just like the names itself represent, I will continue to be the best artist I can be for my Monbebe.
Just a little smile.
Finally, that's the message I want to share with you all. The stars are the limit for us. Don't think too much and go with your gut feeling.
Aww.
Cute.
Love it.
Life is slow, so believe in yourself and be happy. Stay happy. Thank you.
Aww.
So
He's so
amazing.
good. So good.
Like fully fluent.
Still can't organize my thoughts right now, but let me just say. At the beginning, when I just started Monsta X as a singer, idol, we had so lots of goals. We want to have the first prize, we want to be a billionaire, whatever that is. I mean, but honestly, now I really don't have any goals. My goal is just being happy with you guys.
Aww.
Of course, there's lots of things that I want to achieve, but you know, since 7 years passed and a lot of things changed and happened, I found out you guys, as always, you guys are my very precious, very precious in my life. I am, you know, I'm an idol, but before that, I'm just a normal man, just a kid, just a guy. And so also, I feel anxious, angry, sad, just like you guys. But the way I can get out, first thing, you guys really made me out of this anxiety. And still, there's lots of things in my head, there's lots of things going on right now. But with you guys, I can hold it. I can handle myself. Seriously, we always say thank you and love you, but it's from our whole heart. You don't take it for granted. We don't think that is very obvious things, but I just want to say that you guys are really our everything in Monsta X.
I feel like they were so happy to be there.
Yeah.
And you know, the US tour, the last city is always LA, so it reminds me a lot. Like the whole tour, just what you said, the connect, you're here, no limit. This place, right now, with you guys, it means a lot. I will never forget this. Thank you so much for coming.
Aww.
Yeah. Actually, I couldn't sleep well, thinking that tonight is our last show in this tour. Did you guys sleep well? No?
He was so surprised.
No?
No? Oh, okay.
Because we're too excited.
If I'm aware, then you guys are the ocean.
I love that analogy.
Because of Monbebe, that I can swim around and make me feel alive. So
yeah, he's swimming in
you guys
Monbebe.
are my ocean.
So cute.
My ocean. My ocean, Monbebe.
Aww.
Thank you always for loving me, and just know that I always love you.
So
thank you so much.
The only one in leather pants still.
마지막 도시네요, 그렇죠?
So this is the last stop on the tour.
한 달 동안
굉장히 뭔가 제 실수로 인한 뭔가 아쉬운 점도 있을 거고.
So during the past month, I have made some mistakes and I had a lot of regrets.
그리고 여러분들을 보는 데서 오는 뭐 행복함도 있었고.
There was a lot of happiness I felt from meeting everyone.
No, meeting you guys, not meeting everyone. 약간 뭔가 설렘도 있었고.
There was a lot of excitement.
Quietly
굉장히
savage.
많은 감정들이 있는 한 달이었는데.
There are a lot of emotions in this past month.
제 인생에서 정말 너무나 가치 있는 한 달로 남지 않을까 생각을 합니다.
So I think that this month will remain a lot in my mind.
저한테서 이렇게 뭔가 제 인생에 굉장히 큰 부분을 차지하고 있는 것들이 바로 여러분들인데.
And so Monbebes take up a lot of space in my heart.
오늘도 이렇게 많이 와주셔서 저희랑 같이 즐겨주시고 이렇게 예쁜 추억 만들어주셔서 너무 감사드리고.
So thank you so much for coming out tonight, for having a lot of fun with us.
저희 다시 만날 때까지 건강하게 있어야 해요.
And so until we meet again, please stay healthy.
항상 이렇게 뭔가 사랑해 주셔서 너무 감사합니다.
And thank you so much for loving us.
Thank you for giving us unconditional love. We love you too, our one and only lovely, precious Monbebe. Love you.
That wasn't me.
여러분이 기억해 주셨으면 좋겠습니다. K-팝에는 몬스타 X와 몬베베가 늘 있다는 거 늘 기억하셨으면 좋겠습니다.
I want everyone to remember that within K-pop, Monsta X and Monbebe exist.
I love that.
K-팝이 아니더라도 어떤 모든 음악에 몬스타 X와 몬베베가 존재할 거라고 생각합니다.
And even if it's not within the K-pop genre, just within music, that Monsta X and Monbebe exist.
That's right. It's bigger than K-pop.
이렇게 여러분들과 함께 해줄 수 있도록 열심히 노력해 주신 우리 스태프분들에게 박수 부탁드립니다.
So please give it up to our crew who worked hard to make tonight's show
Again,
possible.
talking about backstage.
Yeah.
자, 이제 진짜 마지막 한 곡만 남아 있는데요.
So we really only have one song left.
I'm so sad. 저희 투어의 마지막 곡이네요.
This is the last song of our tour.
Yes. Last song. 오케이. 자, 그러면 다 같이 외쳐보도록 하겠습니다. 하나, 둘, 셋. 사랑한다, 모두들.
Oh, I love that. Oh, this is where we held all of our hearts up.
You know.
Look at all those hearts.
Yeah, it's amazing. Didn't we have like 10,000?
We had like more than 10,000.
And they were surprised.
Yeah, they were also getting very emotional seeing it.
Shonu. Young one. Oh, and Minhyuk just got a bunch of hearts.
Mm-hmm.
pretty.
Oh.
I love this part.
Yeah, so beautiful.
I am standing at the back because he is literally trying not to cry.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. 3, 2, 1.
They spent so much time on stage,
just marveling everything and just soaking it in.
enjoying. Yeah. You really felt like it was as special for them as it was for us. And it just felt like the cheering went on forever.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
And I mentioned this to you before. During this part, like I felt like we were the only ones in our section that had like a special version of this.
True.
And maybe my brain was making this up, but I felt like Jooheon saw us because we were like reaching so far up, you know? Oh.
I remember you were like, look, he's looking straight at us. And I was like, what?
I was like, I think he's looking over here.
I feel like they were trying to get him to come back, and they were like, nope.
Yeah.
Don't cry. We're gonna come back.
No! Let's jump onto a Monbebe.
Alright. 3, 2, 1.
We loved how many times they said they'd be back.
Yes.
All 6 of them.
Mm-hmm.
I love how they like were out, now they go to the side, now they go to the other side. It's so sweet. What was crazy too was no one left. Usually at a concert like this, people leave at this point, and nobody was moving.
No. Is beautiful.
It's the perfect ending.
Now look at Jooheon right there. He's like, I see you guys.
Yeah, he's throwing hearts around.
Minhyuk is a good leader.
He is.
He's so good. Shoni would be really proud of him.
Yeah, he's really stepped up.
Oh, look at Changkyun. He's getting so emotional.
A lot of them were teared up, but I
Yeah.
felt like he and Jooheon were the most like
Yep.
sensitive rap line.
But yes.
Thank you for coming. Love you guys. Stay good. Thank you. Meet again.
Stay healthy till we meet again. Yes! Minhyuk just threw his hat to some happy Monbebe.
Right?
We always be with you guys. Thank you for coming, everybody.
That's I am dragging Jooheon back so he won't get trampled.
Right?
Have a good night.
Look at all those hearts.
Oh, I love the pride flag. They had so many pride flags.
And they were videotaping us. Hyungwon's taking one.
Yeah.
Hyun took one.
Oh.
Love you guys. See ya.
So amazing. Oh my goodness.
This was
So good. So good. I think both of us afterwards said that if they were in a 2-state radius from now on, we would make it.
Yeah.
That's how much we loved it.
Yeah, we love their show so much that we promised each other, like, we're not gonna watch it once, we're gonna watch it twice.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if it means like we gotta see their New York show, you know,
Then
like,
that's what we gotta do.
We'll fly to their New York show and watch LA, you know? So, yeah, one show is not enough. They were so good. And of course, we would be so happy to support them, please.
Oh, yes, totally. And,
Yeah.
you know, I just want to say, I know that we love them so much and all that, but there has been so much anticipation and build up to the show. It would have been very easy for it not to meet our expectations, but it really exceeded them.
Yeah.
Like, it was so much better than I even thought it was going to be. The sense of like community, everyone laughing and talking to each other, everyone feeling like, I mean, I kind of felt like I was there with 100 million friends, not
Yes.
just you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we had such a good time, and every interaction I had that whole weekend was positive.
It was so positive.
And I really felt like everyone was there to enjoy. And it was, I just haven't felt that way in a long time. Like, it was really like a really fun group collective kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And maybe that was partially because we took place in the fan collabs and stuff, but it's been a long time since I felt that close. You know, or that involved with an artist when I saw them live. I just felt very invested, and they delivered even more than I thought possible, which is crazy because I was holding them to a very high standard, guys.
Yeah. And we've been to quite a few concerts, you know?
We
And
actually
so-
have been getting back out there since November.
Yeah. And so, yeah, this concert hit really different for me, you know? And like you said, I think it's because of the fan collaboration too. The two collabs that we did, you know, they're very meaningful, and just seeing their expressions and, you know, like I'm really grateful, like, to Tan, you know, because I would have known, you know, of any of these collaborations if it wasn't for her, you know, like, she was a huge part of it. So a big shout out to her. You know, like, when we signed up for this concert, like, I had no idea that we were going to do fan collabs or anything like that.
Cupsleeves. I mean, this was like a real journey, I feel like. And I think both you and I said we had a little like the day after we still had 2 Cupsleeves and we went to the K-pop store, yada yada. But then like on Monday, there's like a little bit of a post post-concert depression. Just because we've been looking forward to it for so long. It was like, no matter how many bad things were happening in my life, I was like, well, Monsta X is gonna happen, so there's that.
Yeah.
And then it already happened.
Yeah.
So I have to admit, I was a little down that Monday, just because I just felt like it took up so much space in my mind all the time.
Yeah, and quite honestly too, like I felt the same way. But the funny thing is that like, and I told this to you, of course, but now the whole world's gonna know. I kept saying like, Tammy, do not get sick. Absolutely do not get sick. Be healthy for the concert. Don't get COVID.
She was on severe lockdown. She was like, I'm seeing no one and doing nothing because I have to go to Monsta X.
Yeah. And I was like, I have to be healthy. Like I am gonna, like that week TMI, like my dog was like sick and I was worried. I'm like, oh my gosh, what if my dog is sick? Then of course my dog takes priority over like Monsta X because she's my baby,
But you were like, oh, get better.
I had all of these thoughts running through my head. I'm like, oh my God, what if I get sick? Thank you. Thank goodness, like everything turned out okay. The after effects, you guys know what happened, but
but you held it off until we got through the weekend.
Yes, absolutely. And so I'm just so grateful that I was able to experience this and to experience it with you.
I know, the same. We were both talking about how it made it so much better that we were both so obsessed with them, that we know all the lyrics, that we know every song, that every song we were like, like, it just, we would have gone on our own and enjoyed it, but it just was so much more fun, like getting to play with each other and bounce around this energy off each other. I just feel like the sweeter bits were sweeter and the sour bits were very sad.
Yes.
But we felt very hopeful. They kept saying they were coming back. They're coming back with 6 members and they would see us again.
Yes.
So all of those things were comforting. And even though, like I said, I was a little down on Monday, do you know what I did, guys? I was like, well, I feel a little down. What should I do? I guess I'll listen to Monsta X.
Yes.
Because that helps me not feel down. And guess what? As soon as I started listening to it, I was fine again. Like, I was only bummed because this portion is over, but it's not the end. So, I just had to get over that little hump where I was like, oh, it happened.
Yeah. And then like knowing the fact that we were going to talk about it for our channel too, like perked us all up again. We're like, okay, we're going to talk about it.
And facts, when we got home from the concert, you were like, do you want to see some of the videos I took? And I said, yes. We watched the whole concert all over again.
Yes. It was we came home at midnight.
We went to bed at 3 a.m. And that was not our plan, guys, but we literally loved it so much. Once we started, we couldn't stop.
Yeah, it's true.
And it was just as exciting. We were like making all the noises.
Yes, we totally did. It was amazing.
It was so good. Like, I know we're trying to express it, but really this felt like a very amazing payoff to joining this fandom. And it was worth every second of it.
Yes, no regrets whatsoever.
No regrets. I'm so excited about what's to come. It's crazy.
Yeah, you're telling me, girl. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm so excited for the future for them. Like, good things to come.
Yes, so many good things to come. And this was just. This really probably made my 2022 and it's only June.
Right.
But this is going to be one of the main things I think of when I think of this year. And like I said, it seems improbable and impossible, but it did not disappoint.
Yeah. Like you said, we had such high expectations for them. And it, when you have so like high expectations, like
it's very easy to be underwhelmed.
Yes. And they went way beyond.
And then when we went to the K-pop store, guys, they had so much Monsta X stuff that they would normally not have. Ergo, pillows.
Yes. Oh, let's match. Okay, you are okay, and I'll be here. Ta-da!
we may have gone a little overboard.
Just a tad.
But I'm not sure that we can when it comes to Monsta X. We love them that much.
We
so
love them so much.
Again, they thank the crew, they thank the dancers, they thank Monbebe. They just really are grateful and humble, and I feel like they don't take anything for granted, which is why we don't take them for granted, and we want them to be here forever.
Yes.
But this was really, really special. Definitely for me, and I'm sure 100,000 times for you, because it's your alt.
I know. Yes. It was so, it's like a precious memory, you know, that, you know, even if I get dementia or Alzheimer's, like, I hope I never forget it, you know?
Luckily, we have these videos. And YouTube is forever.
Yes. Please don't pull it down, YouTube. But anyways, yes.
Yeah, it honestly, I can't even think of what could have made it better, because I don't think there was anything that could.
Yeah.
You know, from the set list to all the little nuggets and gems and B-sides and solo projects, we just got it all.
Yeah, we
It was
got
so
everything.
good.
Yeah, every single song that they chose with purpose, and
I felt it here.
yeah, I loved every single song that they chose, you know, and it was fantastic, and I would see them again in a heartbeat, you know.
Yes, please.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it's official. I mean, it was official before, but we are so deep into this. I don't think there's no coming back.
Never. It's definitely over for sure. This is the band that I absolutely love the most, and oh gosh, I can't wait to have more memories with them. You know, it's gonna be so great.
I mean, this was so fantastic, but yeah, I just keep telling myself it's only the beginning for us. It's only the beginning.
Yes.
I just want to say thank you so much to Monsta X and everyone who worked so hard to make them the incredible band they are. Thank you so much for all our Monbebe subs who brought us into this amazing world.
Know. Thank you.
Like, it really has made my life better, like happier. So thank you.
Yeah, it became like a life changer for me too. You know, like who knew I would love the rap line so much? You know?
Right?
It's just like, what?
She's going around like, who got the best rap line? Monsta X. What?
It's true.
I love it. Who would have thought I would love a trot song? Please.
I know. I mean,
Maniac, what you doing to me? What's happening?
I know, right?
A lot of lip biting and bedroom eyes. We see you. We see you. I love how they all want to be our bias.
It's true.
I feel like they're having a mini competition when they introduce themselves as to who's got the most.
It's true.
Monbebes in their pocket. And as you always say, it's a revolving door, guys.
It's true. It is true.
Depends on what day it is and what album I'm listening to. But I really love this. I love this fandom, and thank you so much. This has been the perfect cherry on our deep dive into Monsta X.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Monsta X, for existing. We love you so much. And I'm gonna echo what you said too. Monbebe, you guys are the best. Like, if it weren't for you guys who messaged us to continue to listen to their music, I mean, we wouldn't have discovered this greatness. Like, let's be real, you know?
This feels like the happiest of accidents.
Yes. It's a very expensive accident, because now I'm so,
it has been an expensive hobby.
Yes, but
so worth it.
So worth it. So worth it. 100%. Oh gosh. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us in this super long video. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this full concert. I apologize that I got shaky at times, and I'm sure you guys heard us screaming a lot. Pretty sure if you hear screaming, it's either one of us. Most of the time, it's both of us. So, we enjoyed this so much, and you know, can't wait to do it again in the future.
Yes. Can't wait to do it all over again.
Yes. Yes.
I love it.
All right, you guys. If you guys like this video, please like and please share and subscribe if you haven't done so. And we are
Molala.
And we will see you guys for the next one.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah. 안녕.